In the quiet moments of solitude, when the world outside my window buzzed with the laughter of couples and the clinking of glasses, I found myself reflecting on the nature of love. It was a time when I was single, navigating the unpredictable waters of relationships, yet yearning for that elusive connection that felt just out of reach. I had always believed that love would come to me when I was ready, but the question lingered: how do you attract your true love while still being single? One crisp autumn afternoon, I decided to take a walk in the nearby park. The leaves were a symphony of oranges and reds, and the air was tinged with the scent of earth and decay. As I strolled, I observed couples walking hand in hand, their laughter mingling with the rustling leaves. Instead of feeling envious, I felt inspired. I realized that the journey to attracting love was not solely about finding someone else. It was about discovering myself. I started by embracing my own company. I had always been somewhat of an introvert, finding solace in books and solitary adventures. I began to explore new hobbies, diving into activities that sparked joy within me. Painting, hiking, and even learning to cook became avenues for self-expression. Each brushstroke, each step on the trail, and each new recipe I mastered filled me with a sense of accomplishment and happiness. I learned that the more I enjoyed my own company, the more magnetic I became to others. As I immersed myself in these pursuits, I also made a conscious effort to cultivate a positive mindset. I had read somewhere that love often comes when you least expect it, but I realized that it also requires an openness to possibilities. I began to practice gratitude, writing down 3 things I appreciated about my life each day. This simple act shifted my perspective. Instead of lamenting my single status, I celebrated my independence and the freedom it afforded me. I understood that being single was not a deficiency, but a time for growth and exploration. One evening, while attending a local art exhibit, I found myself standing in front of a vibrant painting. The colors danced before my eyes, and I felt a pull toward the artist's vision. As I admired the work, a voice broke through my reverie. "Isn't it stunning?" I turned to see a tall figure with kind eyes and an easy smile. We struck up a conversation that flowed effortlessly, discussing everything from art to travel. In that moment, I realized the importance of putting myself in environments that nurtured my interests. I learned that meeting potential partners often stemmed from shared passions. I began attending workshops, joining clubs, and participating in community events. Each encounter was a chance to connect with like-minded souls, and while not every interaction led to romance, many blossomed into friendships that enriched my life. It was during one of these workshops that I met Sarah, a fellow art enthusiast. We bonded over our love for painting, and she became a confidant, sharing her own journey of self-discovery while single. Sarah's story resonated with me. She had spent years focusing on her career and personal growth before she found love. "It's about becoming the person you want to attract," she said one day over coffee. "When you're fulfilled on your own, you draw in someone who complements that happiness." Her words lingered in my mind, and I took them to heart. I began to envision the qualities I desired in a partner, not as a checklist, but as a reflection of the person I aspired to be. As the months passed, I continued to nurture my passions, and I found myself more confident in my skin. I started dressing in a way that made me feel good, experimenting with styles that expressed my personality. I realized that confidence is magnetic. When I felt good about myself, it radiated outward, attracting others who were drawn to that energy. One night, I decided to attend a local poetry reading, a new venture for me. The dimly lit room was filled with creative souls, and as I listened to the heartfelt verses shared by the poets, I felt a sense of connection to everyone present. After the event, I struck up a conversation with a fellow attendee, Mark, who had a passion for words that matched my own. We talked for hours, exchanging stories and dreams, and I felt a spark that I hadn't experienced in a long time. In the weeks that followed, Mark and I spent more time together, exploring the city and sharing our favorite books. I was surprised by how effortlessly our connection deepened. I realized that while I had been focusing on attracting love, I had also been cultivating friendships that enriched my life. It dawned on me that love often grows from the seeds of friendship, nurtured by shared experiences and mutual respect. As our relationship blossomed, I reflected on the journey that had brought me to this point. I had learned that being single was not a waiting period, but an opportunity for self-discovery. I had embraced my passions, cultivated a positive mindset, and opened myself to new experiences. I had attracted my true love not by seeking him out, but by becoming the best version of myself. In the end, I understood that love is not a destination, but a journey. It is about finding joy in the present moment, cherishing the connections we make, and being open to the unexpected. As I stood beside Mark, watching the sun set over the horizon, I felt grateful for the path that had led me to him. I realized that true love often finds you when you are busy living your life fully, and in that realization, I found a profound sense of peace.